Tout le monde est là. Par contre, excusez-moi. Ah, on peut.
Salutations.
Oh.
Is it the earth beneath that crunches, or the bones within?
Allez. Tout le monde est là? Personne prend un café? Let's go. On verra bien.
A thought occurs to you as you gaze at the monstrosity above. Gale's orb remains an option, one that could put an end to the absolute once and for all.
You're plotting something, aren't you? Come on then, out with it. I'd rather know before we take on that cerebral monstrosity. As viable a plan as anyone staring into more of perdition. Shall we?
Je me suis pas transformé pour que finalement il se fasse exploser et que voilà. On va la cramer de l'intérieur.
The crown of Carsus, the site of power, the site of domination.
We need to use the netherstones on the crown. That is our fated path.
Everything about you. Your thoughts, your feelings, your weaknesses. And so do they.
There, the crown! Cast the spell on it!
Alors. Vous voyez pas. Raté. Oh, il s'est fait pourrir. Bah tiens.
No better moment. Oak Father, ease my way.
pas bouclier volatile. Ok.
Now this is my happy place. Over there.
Who says smite? That means I must hit you very hard, I think.
Ensuite... Hop là, marque du chasseur.
Put 'em up.
Cette déplacement.
Creator, destroyer.
Alors on est d'accord? Ouais, il faut aller là-bas. Si je le tue, il sera plus dominé le dragon, logiquement.
Heading there.
Another fight. Let's go. Swift as my feet can carry me.
Faut canaliser sur la cible, ça. Non, faut que ce soit la couronne. Pardon. Ok. On va essayer d'avancer le plus possible. Pourquoi je me gourre avec ce saut bizarre? Pardon. Et on met le regain. Bon, en vrai, sur lui, il n'y a pas beaucoup de PV quoi. Ah, vous vieille. Allez. 4 tours, c'est pas beaucoup. Gay réduit au silence, bah super. On a perdu. Will aussi, génial. Tout ça pour descendre, tout va bien.
Witness perfection. You do it.
Alors, illicide renégat, pas trop du coup. Hein. Au final. Ok. Ah, ils ont décidé d'être loups. J'ai compris. Oh, il y a des illicides partout là. Alors, Will.
Watch and learn.
1%. Ah bah je l'ai touché, donc c'est bien. 1%.
Ready.
Ah, à 2 silence là, super.
Into position.
But kicking for goodness! Feel the backhand of justice!
Alors, est-ce qu'il y a un truc qui pourrait être lourd pour lui? Il est toujours dominé, il est dominé par le cerveau en fait.
Execute. Reunite.
Ah bon? Oh, je suis charmé du cul. Bah c'est relou.
One can't always be a gentleman.
My faith will protect me. Subjugate.
Il n'est pas silence. Alors. Si elle est contrôle mental, ça va être super. On va commencer à être compliqué, on va commencer à être en galère de contre-sort. Hein. Douloureux. Douloureux et chiant. C'est vraiment des campeurs. Hein.
Get to the crown and cast the spell. Dominate the Netherbrain. Let me take care of this.
Two steps at a time.
Pas de guérison, c'est pas beaucoup, mais c'est toujours ça de prix.
I think I could go another round.
Dominate!
Always poking, prodding, trying things out.
Joy!
Anything like this, mate?
sooner spit his skull.
La dernière. Hein.
As you wish.
Vas-y, balance ta flèche.
Execute.
Donc.
Swords meet sorcery.
Mhm. Ça, c'est infini comme portée.
Talk to me.
Execute.
Compliqué ce combat. Hein. Ah, la porte dimensionnelle.
Survival is all that matters.
Execute. Subjugate.
These boots have seen everything.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais? On se calme. Eh ben...
Hold them back. The brain is almost under control.
You bow or you break.
C'est super. Dernier contre-sort, je crois. Hein. C'est bien ce qu'il fait le robot là. Vous aimez ça? Courage les ailes. Oh bah c'est bien si t'attaques pas les gardes, c'est super. Oh j'ai réussi à manger de sauvegarde. Ça a fonctionné. Les ailes, ça va? Ça va, il lui reste 170 PV. C'est ok.
Forever dawnless. Coming through.
Alors, bon, je pense que... Ouais. Bon, c'est vrai que j'ai ça. Je peux pas en choper deux, là? Les connasses? En plus c'est une zone de silence. Carac, elle est où? En vrai, Jaira, c'est bien aussi. Hein.
Let's cook with fire, baby. Knees high.
Je suis vraiment pas loin. Hein.
Can we fight now?
Vraiment, c'est pas grave.
It's not used to this taking of turns.
Ouh, touché. Raté. Bon. Est-ce que... Plus grand chose. Et je vais jamais filer les potions à lui. C'est incroyable. Vraiment, c'est incroyable. Ok, c'est trop. Enfin, c'est pas supporté.
Come on, can't stay idle.
Bah, je crois que c'est bon.
You feel it, a sudden shift. The brain is weakening, its grasp of itself slipping. This is your chance. Even bound, its will is stronger than chains shake, threatening to break at any moment.
This is it. Its will
Ah.
is weakening.
Vous lui casser la gueule? Ok. Je vais lui casser la gueule. Je suis où? Je suis là.
On my way. Death won't take me.
Bleu. Oh. Ok. Pendant ce temps-là, la bagarre.
Go! Into its mind. Destroy it from within.
Pendant ce temps-là, la bagarre. Ouais, quand même. Hein.
Taking position. Impero Tibi. Impero Tibi. Inveniam via.
Ah, c'est le golem qui a perdu son arme, c'est pas que c'est ton broker. Ça m'inquiétait. Bravo, qui a pas perdu de vie.
No rush.
My will is in yield, surrender.
Pion. Alors.
Battle favors the fearless. No time to waste.
Raté vraiment.
I'm ready.
Je me désengage et je m'en vais.
Let's try this.
Ah. J'ai pas vu.
This is the easy part.
steps. Hop.
Serene she might seem, but nature has claws.
Ok.
Ready for another round?
Qu'est-ce que tu branles? Qu'est-ce que tu
In
branles?
position.
Weep if you wish. Minsk will not judge.
Ils vont arriver dans la cible, les bordels. Oh, le flurry of bleu. Bleu, bleu.
Have to keep going.
Pendant ce temps-là. Ah oui, c'est soit je balance les coups. Vraiment à terre. Chier.
I will assist.
Elle a pris 45 les. Tout va bien, c'est fait. Donc il va détruire les plateformes, c'est ça? Et je joue pas en vrai.
Battle favors the fearless. Finding my way.
La cible est bloquée. Toujours. Ok, ok. Ah. Ah non, mais je pouvais.
Here goes nothing.
Ah. Quoi? Ah, ça l'a propulsé lui. Ah, bah, génial.
And I thought we were going to be friends.
Subjugate.
Pion. C'est quoi ça? Ouais. Notre espoir c'était pas ouf.
Simple enough.
Ils sont à 6 PV là. J'adore ça. Hein. Qui est vraiment. Bah, c'est elle qui est vraiment en galère en fait. Ça va. Ça fait plaisir.
Subjugate.
Execute.
Bien sûr qu'il a vulnérable feu, c'est un dragon rouge, connard.
Don't get too close.
What should I do?
Execute.
Onward.
Une fois, autant s'en servir. Je l'ai perdu. Ça marche pas mieux. Hein. Pas tout le monde est dedans, mais la plupart.
Best be on my way.
C'est bon là, non? Ça me rajoute plus d'attaque, c'est bon. Je crois que c'est bon, normalement. J'ai cru que c'était 184. Dommage. Je voulais pas looter en vrai. Bon, on peut appeler des alliés vu que je sais pas trop quoi faire. La chair à canon. Bah super. Les dégâts. S'il va leur sauter dessus, évidemment. On va pouvoir la fumer avant que tout pète. Tu veux pas prendre ton épée? Ça marche pas des masses ça. Alors. Tiens. Y a pas de raison. Il est pas en forme. 11. C'est un niveau 4 ou 5, c'est pour faire 11 de soins, on est content.
The witching hour.
Got to focus.
Les esprits gardiens, c'est quoi déjà? Ah non, c'est pas ça. C'est l'autre. C'est gardien de la poire. Voilà. Et lui il va mettre des patates au dragon peut-être. Hasta la visto.
Command it to die. End this.
Hasta la vista.
My master. I must obey. I must end.
Hopes, nightmares, and the screams of legions upon legions of unborn Elithid. The pain rips through you, obliterating all thought, all feeling. Silence. For the first time in a long time, your thoughts are entirely your own. And then, gravity.
En vrai, Orpheus, il n'a pas fait grand chose du coup, à part faire en sorte qu'on se transforme. On aurait pu le faire en mettant la larve. C'est pareil, je pense.
Everything you did, everything you sacrificed, it was worth it. For this.
The loss of a mind is a terrible thing, but this time, I think I'll make an exception.
My powers, they're draining. Just like Mazora said they would. A small price to pay in the grand scheme of things.
It's over. It's truly over.
I can't feel the tadpole. They must have all died with the brain. That means I can't turn into a mind flayer. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with being a mind flayer, of course.
J'ai plus besoin de marcher, quoi.
You do? Well, all the better then, I suppose.
I will ensure that all Githyanki know your name and your sacrifice. What you have done today will start a fire that rages across the astral plane. With their lost prince returned, my people will burn away Vlaakith's corruption. And it is all thanks to you, the Illithid who defied a netherbrain. As you wish, my savior. My people are leaving, and I must leave with them. Come, Lae'zel. We will free the Githyanki and dismantle the Empire. Let them be imprisoned no longer.
Ah, on va voir.
Then I must go with the prince. I will never be free while my people are still bound by Vlaakith's chains.
Your will is strong, Rastil. Your name will be etched in our slates. You will be called Mlagir, Liberator. Orpheus, I am ready.
Kulas! Kuthas! Farewell, Gestil, my liberator.
With the Githyanki gone, there's nothing left but the silence of the city, smoldering, waiting to be rebuilt. You are a mind flayer, the very thing you sought to eradicate. Whatever self you possess is quickly ebbing away. Your friends and enemies alike are ripe for manipulation. And if not manipulation, then consumption. Soon you will not be able to trust yourself at all. You will be a monstrosity beyond redemption. Or not. Perhaps you are unique among illithid kind. Perhaps you will retain enough of who you are to resist your nature. A rogue mind flayer. Like the Emperor, the risk is certainly yours to take. Will you?
Compliqué de parler là, honnêtement. C'est beaucoup d'émotions.
You have thwarted the illithid grand design. You have defeated 3 chosen and a nether brain. You are miraculous. And you have earned the right to live. Your fate will be what you make of it. Now you are your own master. But it seems that Gale's mind is elsewhere.
I can see the cogs moving behind your eyes, Gale. What's on your mind?
The crown. It's somewhere in the Giontha. If I salvage the stones, I can reforge it. And once I have, I'll return it to Mystra. She'll cure me of my affliction. And I'll finally be free.
Alors. C'est dans quel sens la 3?
I'm sure. A wise man learns from his mistakes and strives not to repeat them. I shall bring the crown to Mystra. If this adventure has taught me anything, it's that there are things in this world far more valuable than power. Besides, grown quite fond of this merry band of ours, and I'd quite like to see what happens to it. I'm sure Mystra will summon me soon enough, but until then, I propose we celebrate our victory the mortal way, with a drink in our hands and reckless abandon in our hearts.
A nip, a dance, and a song. Don't mind if I do. I think we're due an evening's reprieve. What's our leader have to say?
Je vais vous manger.
Just remember who your friends are, will you? In case you start to become, well, you know, hungry.
Alors c'est gonflé de ta part, Astarion, parce que c'est quand même toi qui as essayé de me bouffer.
Ow! What the?
Oh no!
Oh God! Well, it was nice when it lasted. Ah! I'm sorry. I have to go.
Ouais, c'est la larve qui le protégeait.
Hide while you must. But do not think your city is done with you just yet.
Oui, il y a que la larve qui le protégeait du
Did
soleil.
it, soldier. The city's going to be all right. And so are you. Engine's finally cooked. Held on just long enough. So, how'd I do? So are you. My friend. My companion. I adore you. Careful! Hot! I never gave up. I did my best. I did my best. It's the one thing I can't beat, isn't it? I wanted to live in my city with my friends. But life is for the living. And I saw... Goodbye, sun. Goodbye, sea. Goodbye.
No, stop. I won't allow this. Karlak, you're coming with me. Back to Avernus. We can't let her die. Not like this. Not now.
You can't.
On lui a promis.
So, what do you say? Die here now, or live on with people who love you. Azariel won't touch you. I swear it, Karlak.
All right. All right. We have to go. Now. I can't hang on much longer.
Thank the gods you've seen sense. Come, to Avernus we go. Our next adventure awaits.
Eh ben c'est la chialade, hein.
It's over. And it's all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid Empire, no Death God's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate.
Well, soldier. Here we are. It worked. My engines calmed down. I shouldn't have let you come here. This isn't going to be easy, you know. Zariel's going to come at us with everything she's got. Gods. Like clockwork. They'll be on us soon, but there's just enough time. Thought I was done with these. But then, there was you lot. Imps are fast, but careless. Don't let them tire you out, just get rid of them. And don't forget, you asked for this. Better let these fuckers know I'm back. And this time, I'm not alone.
When the invitation came, you were hip-deep in Lemur's slime, swarmed by hell wasps, and about to drive the killing blow on a magma claw. Cutting through the dreadful buzz of the wasps and the screams of the damned, a familiar, comforting voice echoed in your mind. With us, he requested your attendance in Faerun, to gather with your friends and allies, those who stood against the Absolute at your side.
Elle est en hologramme comme
Thou wert
Jean-Luc.
called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
Oh, trop cool. Moi, je vais encore chialer, mais trop cool. Et le chien. Chier.
There you are. Keeping us all on tenterhooks so you could make a dramatic end.
Ah, le
There's
prisme.
something strange in your old friend's mouth. What is it?
Il l'a récupéré.
A familiar invitation. He wants you to throw the object he's dropped. But it isn't a ball. It's the astral prism.
Tu as trouvé ça où?
He whines. Let's talk. More throw.
Ouais, je comprends. Et là, on lui bouffe le cerveau.
Scratch barks merrily in something like agreement.
I can eat a beholder. What's cooking?
On peut pas lui lancer du coup. Sur mon inventaire. Ah non, il n'y a plus la balle. Écoutez.
Starting to wonder if you'd show up. In all likelihood, it will be. But we mustn't let that stop us. Oh, come here, will you? It's been forever. You feel a little more substantial than before. Less camping and scrounging off the land, I take it.
Bon, enfin, je suis en enfer, quoi. Je suis gros, c'est ça?
Filled out and healthy is what I was going for. Don't tell me you miss living off whatever scraps
Non, mais
we
j'étais un
found
moine,
in
je mangeais
crates
que des
and
graines, c'est
barrels.
normal.
I'm glad you seem well. Trudy. I had no doubt, but I'm glad to hear you say it all the same.
Qu'est-ce que tu deviens?
Wandering, mostly. The adventuring life is almost a tonic when you're not constantly threatened by brain monsters and cultists. I can finally see the world beyond the cloister.
Ah, on a entendu bout. On entend bout. Alors, t'as fait quoi?
One of my first stops was the House of the Moon in Waterdeep. It's the largest temple of Selûne in existence. It seemed like the perfect spot to reflect on my parents, on where they came from. And where I came from too, I suppose.
Hard to imagine, isn't it? Me, of all people, in the lair of the Moon Witch herself. Gods, your truest act of heroism was putting up with all that char and drivel I was spouting for so long. Oh, I know they are. I can still sense them, I think. And one day we'll be reunited.
Must I? You presume a great deal. I'm joking. Of course I want to know. Tell me all.
Alors, des choses. Bah, ouais, on a beaucoup de travail, quoi.
I'm glad you two have each other. Hells, I'd be almost tempted to come along if you'd have me. Perhaps if your adventures ever lead you out of Avernus permanently. Hopefully, these meetups will become a regular occurrence. It's not that I miss the tadpoles, but at least it brought us together.
Oui.
Now we've got to make the extra effort ourselves.
Ça, c'est drôle parce que c'est vraiment Donjons & Dragons.
I'm sure we will, but let's be proactive about it all the same. We're more than capable. After all, we've faced down bigger threats than wrangling together a few social calendars. Don't be a stranger.
Ok. Ouais, je t'ai entendu, Bou, je t'ai entendu. J'ai pas eu l'impression de voir Gale par contre. Oh, le coffre.
Ah, there you are. Well, well. Look what the Tressim dragged in.
Ta marque?
Professor Gale Decarius of
Oh.
Blackstaff Academy. Educator of the esteemed School of Illusion. A pleasure to remake your acquaintance.
Et là, je te mange. Oh, le chat, le gros chat.
Well, that was quite lovely. I'm glad you're as pleased to see me as I am you. I have to say, I'm quite grateful to just be Gale for the evening. I fear my students find me somewhat intimidating due to my, explosive former reputation. I seem to put the fear of the gods into them. Or the fear of Mystra, to be more specific. I surrendered the crown of Carsus to her, as I told you I would.
Yes.
And in return, she cured me of the orb at last.
Et voilà.
Even now, I struggle to put the feelings into words. It was like exhaling for the first time after holding my breath for so very long.
Mm.
Of course, I haven't clarified with my students that the orb is no longer a threat. The legend of my explosive capabilities is an excellent means of controlling a classroom. Too good, if anything. I spend most of my time trying to convince them how much fun the study of magic can be. But it'd be easier to crack a smile on an intellect devourer than some of my pupils.
Oui, en vrai, il nous a appris à tisser trame, donc oui.
Ah, so you still remember our little lesson. It was at that moment, the weave connecting us, that I realized how much your friendship had come to mean to me. As it still does. Teaching you was hardly an effort at all. Not like my present cohort of apprentices. Oh, they try their best, of course, when they can manage to stay awake.
The cheek of them! Nothing a well-placed swipe from Tara can't fix, though.
Mais comment ça?
And what of you? What are you making of this
C'est qui ça?
newfound lease of life we earned?
Un chat avec des ailes?
Living life to the full, even as an illithid.
Eh ouais,
Inspirational
je
stuff.
suis comme ça, moi.
I've told my students plenty of tales about our escapades. You're something of a hero to them, you know? I'll be delighted to introduce you to my current cohort as a guest lecturer, perhaps. I'm sure they'll have plenty of questions for you. Never fear. My students are as open-minded and generous a bunch as you'll find north of the Chionthar. And I'll remind them of their manners. Of course, you'll be most welcome to stay with me in my tower. My apologies, Tara. That would be our tower.
Mais c'est qui?
It will give us
Oui, vous.
plenty of time to catch up on your adventures. I'm very curious to know what you've been up to these past months. But I suspect the telling of that tale would keep you tied to me all evening. So, in the spirit of selflessness, I encourage you to mix and mingle for now.
Oui.
With time enough to come.
C'est qui, toi?
Oh, right. You. Hello. Good heavens, dear. What the devil was that? Anyway, I hear congratulations are in order. You helped Mr. Dakarios save Baldur's Gate from the Absolute, isn't that right?
Ouais, c'est ça.
And you made significant sacrifices to your well-being by the looks of things.
Ouais, mais c'est bien, on est quand même heureux.
I'm sure you are. You ought to come visit myself and Gale when you're able. If you can extract yourself from whatever responsibilities mind flayers might have.
Merci.
We'll send word by pigeon when we've need of you. I used to have a taste for them, but a great many things have changed in recent months. Ta-ta, darling.
Est-ce que c'était le... C'était ça le truc de la quête des pigeons? C'était un chat pigeon bizarre? Qui parle?
The Hellswalker returns.
Wesh.
For 2 months, Orpheus trained me in the ways of the comet. For 2 more, I skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet, I traveled through Limbo. I never imagined we'd be standing toe-to-toe on this day, in this place. Nothing but allies, I always told myself. A necessary partnership. But in spite of every strained word, every barbed glance, seeing you brings me even more pleasure than taking a Royal Inquisitor's head.
Eh bah... Merci.
It's nice to hear it. It has taken all of Orpheus's efforts to conjure my projection, and all of mine to convince him to let me come. Worth it, I'd say. I miss this place. This... Fey Run.
Alors t'es où maintenant?
Shractalor.
À tes souhaits.
I wouldn't
Je
expect
vous
you
hocher la tête comme si vous compreniez.
Capital city of the Githzerai. An
Okay.
exiled people, once kin with mine, until the madness of civil war ripped our one sky into 2. Algish sent word of the rebellion to their god king Zareth Minyaragith through the cosmos. He's agreed to parley. It's fallen to me to secure an alliance.
Oh. Oui, mission diplomatique, j'avoue.
I was as surprised as anyone when Orpheus spoke the order. My blade is keen as ever, but it was you who showed me that a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge. Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck. Minyara Gith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that I must meet him. And if he refuses, I carry on. Gravity pulls me in but one direction. I am a warrior of the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlaakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces. My people will be free. But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy, insistent. All part and parcel of my undeniable charm.
Oui, complètement.
Soon, when the comet has risen, when the Lich Queen has crumbled to dust, I miss this place. More to the point, I miss you. I wouldn't even deny it with Vlaakith's vorpal blade at my neck. Though, I'd rather it not come to that. Now go, mingle a bit. That's the word, right? Mingle. I'll be back one day. The Overgod himself couldn't keep me away.
Trop cool, au début elle essaie de nous tuer quand même. J'aime bien que les amitiés soient formées comme ça. Pourquoi là-bas? Pelé tissu. Wesh ma gueule. T'as des trucs à dire ou pas?
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel?
Encore fini.
If thou could only see the paths of fate untaken, thy mind would surely break. Be glad of thy chosen path. It is, after all, thine. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much.
Bon allez, je vais retourner voir les autres. Donc c'est lui qu'il faut aller voir. Alors.
So you made it! Now it really is a party. Well, look who decided to turn up. I wasn't sure our withered old friend could live up to his promise. But here we are. And look at you, straight from the hells, still reeking of brimstone. I take it you've been having fun.
Ouais, je pourrais vous prendre dans mes bras.
Understandable, but try to resist the urge. I don't want to know what your clothes have been through since we last met. Although I do like the style. Tortured armor never does go out of fashion. Cheeky. I've been very well behaved, thank you. I've taken a turn as an adventurer and hero. It turns out no one actually cares about murder, as long as you murder the right people. And apparently I'm rather good at it.
J'aime beaucoup cette réplique parce qu'en plus elle est vraie. Ça j'aurais pu vous le dire.
Yes, but you say all sorts of things. Honestly, I don't even listen half the time. It has made for a nice change, though. Inspiring hope in people instead of terror. Well, I do try to inspire a little terror. I'm still me, after all.
Et du coup, ouais, c'était en plein jour tout ça.
I did at first, but then I realized these shadows, this darkness, it's all a part of me. I spent too long defined by what other people did to me, the choices other people made for me. But that's over now. This is who I am, in all my glory, for better and for worse.
Bah, c'est super.
That being said, I haven't completely given up on returning to the sun. If the opportunity presented itself, well, I wouldn't say no. But until then, I am happy. We've had quite the journey, you and I. From the moment I first threatened you, I knew you were someone special. Someone to take on the world with. I will miss our time together. But then again, maybe this isn't goodbye. So much as it's, see you later, darling.
Oh, le coffre. Wesh, Will, t'avais caché ou quoi?
There you are, my friend.
Bah non, mais il était avec moi de toute façon.
Deep. Can you smell it?
Allez, un petit jet là. Petit échec critique là. Ça va, c'est bon.
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earthy fragrance you can't quite recognize.
Forest trees draped in moss. Bittersweet, smoky, and that faintest hint of vanilla. A far cry from the rancid Avernus heat that's been clogging my lungs. I swear, the three of us have felled enough cambions to build a fortress with their horns.
Possible.
Who'd have thought that just one of those fiends held the key to escaping Avernus for good? If those blueprints work, we might be able to fix Karlach, and she might be able to go home to Faerun.
Génial.
I've seen him more than a few times.
Ouais, parce que du coup, la larve aussi, sa larve aussi, elle a disparu.
As I am of him. He's leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from... And he's back in his element, commanding the Flaming Fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's Chosen primed the Fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine. He still believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart.
Oui, comment ça se passe sans les pouvoirs d'occultiste?
I think the splinters I made out of the last bone devil I saw speak for themselves. Not to pat myself too hard on the back, but I'm not such a bad ranger if I do say so myself. Well, that's enough hell talk for the moment.
Ah, du coup, ouais, il est juste
The night's
mangeur.
young. You shouldn't go wasting it. Or wasting any of the wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oh, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
Clean apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
Yeah.
Well, now. You can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to. Your higher form has brought with it some higher manners, then. Oh, forgive me. I am simply excitable. It is good to be out under an open sky once more. My first, since the reconstruction began. We left quite a mess behind. But the city begins to look something like itself once more. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers. Same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon. Same cisterns overflowing. Huh. The upper city has been almost entirely rebuilt. That's where the gold is. Even the builder's scaffolds are cleared from the streets. No dust left to sneeze at. Baldurians simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit, plain stupidity. Perhaps all three. But nothing I will sniff at any longer. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand. To organize the craftsmen. Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two, if they don't expel her. Again. There is still much to do. People to house. A Harper network to rebuild. I may have little love for this city, but so long as my family chooses to serve it, I can do no less. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you.
Et oui, c'est le campement, le foyer, bien sûr.
Ah, sentiment. With the greatest affection, I can think of better ways to sour our stomachs. I must inspect the refreshments. You never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
Bien sûr. Alors, il reste qui? Coffre des mots de reconnaissance.
Keen eye for a nice vintage. Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source food?
Bah, je prends tout. Bon, je lis pas, mais je prends tout.
I remember one evening when we had to
Derrière, c'est tous les gens qu'on a aidés.
apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
Sébastien. Ah oui, c'était un des vampires. Espérance, c'est la naine ou alpheline qu'on a sauvée dans la demeure de l'espoir. Nocturne. Nocturne, c'est la collègue de d'Ombrecoeur qu'on avait trouvé dans le temple et qu'on a laissé partir. Mister, ouais, c'est Mister. Damon, c'est le forgeron. Barcus. Ah si, c'est le... Oui, c'est les gnomes, là. C'est gentil. Enfin, le moins qu'on des deux. Et ça, c'est qui? Il y a là. Château Suif. Ça, je connais. C'est le début de Baldur's Gate. Alfira, je vois plus qui c'est. Les gourds, bien sûr. Oh! Ah ça, pour le coup, ça je voulais le lire parce qu'effectivement, les gourds, ils ont, leurs enfants sont devenus des vampires. Apparemment, ils ont trouvé un moyen d'apaiser leur faim avec des plantes. Ce qui est plutôt cool. Vous allez protocole. Les gars de la comète.
see, Boo? I told you our friend was near. Boo! We are not dreaming. It is our old friend. Oh, and it is good to be seen. Oh, after so many days down in the dark, Minsk began to wonder if he was some blind bug who had only dreamed himself to be large and bulksome. You will forgive the aroma, I hope. We were not expecting the Dusty One to open a portal to our very cell. Boo had a moment to lick himself clean, but there is a little too much of Minsk to cover. Minsk and Boo have been helping, of course. We guard the streets, while Jaheira is occupied with harperish matters. The Zentarum rule the city's underbelly, so Minsk and Boo went to give them a tickle. There were harsh words, battle cries, some manner of head wound. We awoke in a Zentish cell, awaiting trial by noble combat. Execution, says Boo, though I am not sure of the difference. It is a long walk to the gallows, and Minsk still has his fists, no?
Du coup, il vous a tiré de là juste à temps.
In ample time indeed. So long as the Bone Mage returns us to our cell by dawn, Boo would not be late to the bloodshed. But leave such matters for the morn. Tonight is for celebration and the telling of tales. How have you filled your days since we tore this sticky tyrant from the sky?
On défonce des trucs aux enfers.
Oh, Boo, do you know what it would mean? To find a cure for Karlak's heart? Exactly! Her heart would be cured! Oh, when this day comes, you must come and bunk with Minsk and Boo. There is much merriment to be made before the night is done. Go, and greet the others. Minsk shall make himself presentable. This pond shall do nicely, Boo. Though I see no soap. So you shall have to blow the bubbles for me.
J'aime beaucoup. Ici, on a vu tout le monde. Ouais. Donc, il reste Karlak. Reste là. Et cette nouvelle fringue, là. Oh, elle est incroyable.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. He wasn't kidding. Where's your mad bastard? You brought us back! Commander Zula won't know where the fuck we went! Ha! Oh, man, I can't wait to say hi to everyone. Look at them, the beauts. Rest up, soldier. My tin can will be all right for the night. And you and me will get to sleep with both eyes shut for the first time in 6 months.
Petit câlin.
Always.
Amusons-nous un
She's
petit
got
peu.
a night in her, I think. Any trouble and I'll toddle back off to hell quick as you please. Here, here. Enjoy it, soldier. You've earned it.
C'est marrant que ces flammes soient devenues bleues là d'un coup.
Oh, hey. Before you go,
Dès
I've
qu'on a
been
fait un
thinking
câlin,
about
ces
those
flammes elles sont devenues
blueprints we
bleues.
found. Zariel's probably got a load of Cambions guarding that forge. I'm sure she knows I'll want in. She'll do anything to stop me from fixing this thing. I might have an in with one of the guards, though. You may remember my old friend Flo.
Oui.
Not sure she'll help us, but maybe. We might get to come home permanently Maybe even sooner than we think.
All this stimulating conversation leaves you hungry. To speak is not enough. You wish to explore the brain of your friend with your beak. You consider Karlak's brainstem, the stalk meant to regulate her body's temperature. Will it come pre-cooked?
Comment c'est la récolte? Mais comment ça?
The buffet table at this party bears pie, punch, and cocktail sausages. No respite shall be had at this pitiful smorgasbord.
Non mais me faites pas ça par contre. Hein. Ah, j'ai fait 15 en plus.
This is highly illogical. There are plenty of other craniums awaiting your suction. And this is a prize ally. And besides, this brain before you, its endorphins are in a joyous flow. It is a wonderful scent. The odor of friendship.
Nice vintage. Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies?
C'était un peu angoissant au milieu de tout ce bonheur.
A beautiful night. I wish it could last forever.
I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
Bah donc oublié, bah ouais, j'avoue. C'est qui, mec?
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice. You have no idea who I am, do you? I thought Withers might have set the stage a little. I owe him a favor, one he is eternally invoking. I thought honoring the worthy was a fair price to pay for Withers to pull me out of the fugue plane. Alas, one purgatory to another. Languishing in obscurity. Cyric knew what he was doing when he punished me for that song, the prick. Before I was banished to the fugue plane, I had song prayers coming out the proverbial ears. Guess how many I get now? None.
Musical prayers were once offered to Melil, Lord of Song, a minor deity whose worship faded after offending the trickster god Cyric.
I'm washed up, I'm afraid.
Non mais c'est un honneur.
You know? You're bloody right. It is an honor. Finally. The scribe picks an adventurer of substance, of culture. What can I do you for? Your wish is my... etc. What song do you want? Fantastic idea. It'll suit the whole affair perfectly. The whole gang is here. Wish I had time to polish up the horns.
Je crois qu'on a vu tout le monde. Hein. Oh. J'ai cru qu'elle allait faire de la flûte. C'est pas la même musique d'ailleurs.
Yes.
Ouais, je pense que c'est bon là.
What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen.
Et là, on lui mange le cerveau. Et comme ça, j'ai compris tout de suite.
The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving. To you.
C'était incroyable. Tu m'étonnes qu'il ait eu le jeu de l'année. C'est trop bien. Trop beau. Tout.
There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools, everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel, felled by mortals. I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
Mais c'est qui Flétrice? Il sort d'où en vrai? Bon bah c'était une dinguerie, voilà. On s'en doutait, mais pas... Je pensais pas que ça allait être une dinguerie à ce point-là. C'est... 100 sur 20, un truc comme ça. Trop bien, vraiment, vraiment génial. Et encore, on a effleuré que la surface, parce on a romancé personne, vraiment, on a flirté, mais on a romancé personne. Il y a des quêtes qu'on n'a pas fait, enfin... on peut faire le scénar avec les persos origin, donc les Astarion, Broker, tout ça. Là, j'ai initié de partir au Dark Urge parce que c'est encore autre chose. On joue un perso qui sait pas trop ce qui se passe, machin, qui a une autre origin story encore. Et je me demande si on le voit pas en fait, si c'est pas le perso qu'on a vu dans à la fin, qui était mort, qui était un espèce de draconide, parce que c'est un sang de dragon aussi. Donc je me demande si c'est pas, il est pas censé représenter le Dark Urge. Je ne sais pas. En tout cas, c'était ouf. 6 heures de stream là ce soir, là, vraiment là. Un truc comme ça. 6h20. Peut-être falloir aller se coucher. Il va y avoir du montage, hein, parce que là, la VOD elle fait 4 heures. Hein. Des bisous YouTube. Wow, ça. J'ai pas les mots. Bisous.